Hello there, and welcome to episode 14 of the Holocron-Cast. It's your boys, Sith Holocron, Dan, Jedi Holocron, Tyler. How's it going, Dan?
You know, we're just going is going. We're starting to try and get back into the groove of uploading regularly.
Yes.
Like we were for a couple months last year.
I'm terribly tired.
Yeah, you're a little bit tired after a long work week.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing to do with my life. I have nothing going on, so I'm always awake.
Being disabled and all now.
Yeah, I'm almost uncrippled.
Yeah,
Just
that's
a
good.
couple more weeks.
Couple more weeks.
Then I can have a job, and then we'll both be exhausted during these recordings. By then, we'll hopefully be in more of a swing of things, though, and more used to it again.
Yeah, but it's that weird time after episode 9, kind of dead. Don't want to continually talk about the same things in Star Wars, but today we're going to talk about The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Not Season 8, but Season 1.
Because we didn't talk about it last episode, we kind of ran short on time there.
And also, we didn't put up all the reviews we'd like to. So we're going to talk mainly about The Mandalorian today. Yeah. And we have a few other fun stuff we're going to talk about today, but Mandalorian. For some reason, because it's 8 episodes, I always like to say Season 8.
Season 8.
Because hopefully we get 8 seasons of The Mandalorian. Probably not. Probably 5.
Not.
But
yeah. But that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, you want to jump right into The Mandalorian, or you want anything else you want to say?
Nah, I think we're good to yeet ourselves right in.
Okay, Mandalorian, Season 8.
Yes.
What do you think, Dan, of The Mandalorian?
It was great.
Great.
Top to bottom.
Except episode 5.
Even that wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't great. It was good, not great.
That's fair.
Even though Dave Filoni directed it.
But the season as a whole is great.
Yes.
Some parts of it even amazing.
Like what parts, Dan?
The last episode.
No. Yeah. See, I love every episode except episode 5. Like, love.
Yeah.
Like, thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah. The classic just...
The classic, we're bad at podcasting.
I love reviews where it's just,
Yeah,
it was cool.
That was cool, yeah. Well,
Yeah, alright, I
guess.
That
was the Holocron.
Yeah, we'll see you next
See you
week.
next week.
We need an outro. We need, like, a pre-rendered outro.
Of, like, with music?
Yeah, where it just has, like, all of our links on screen and shit.
Yeah, we need a lot of things.
We do need...
So, yeah, Mandalorian Season 8.
Season 1.
I don't know why I keep doing that, like, first few times it was a joke, but now that was, like, a legit fuck
Well,
up.
now that you've said it a few times as a joke, now it's, like, in your head.
Yes.
Mando.
It's debatable. If I didn't love Kylo and Rey so much, I would say Mandalorian's the best thing to come out of Disney Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, Rebels also.
Oh yeah, I forget about Rebels. Rebels is my favorite Star Wars thing ever. So
yeah, Rebels was like one of the first things Disney did.
Yeah, I always forget about that because it's right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's like right after they bought Star Wars.
But Rebels could be tied into the Mandalorian.
True, eventually.
Big if true.
Big
true. Hopes for that.
Hopefully it goes without saying, but we're talking about all of Season 1. Obviously, that means spoilers.
Spoilers. Big spoilers. Or you're watching a Star Wars podcast, spoilers everywhere.
I just like to be thorough.
I know.
You know?
That you should expect that going forward from us. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers everywhere.
Yes.
Never usually, like, leak spoilers. Mm-hmm. We don't talk about leaks because we don't like leaks, personally.
Yeah.
We prefer to go into it being more just knowing what the trailers show, basically.
Yeah.
But if it's out, we're going to talk about it with spoilers.
For sure.
Unless it's like a really long video game or something.
We'll try not to spoil, like, non-Star Wars stuff for you.
Yeah.
Like...
If we can.
Like, we'll not be like, oh shit, did you see that new Marvel movie? Spoiler, 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 or...
Well, also, if it's like, you know... And, like... What's the appropriate time frame? Like, if it's like 8 months ago, I feel
like. Yeah.
You know,
we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones all the time on this podcast, because I want it. I'll always come in and throw a random comparison, you know. But
yeah, I would agree. Mandalorian is definitely one of the best things to come out of Disney. Mm-hmm. And the fan base absolutely agrees there, because that's the only thing the fan base likes out of Disney.
I think Rogue One was mixed too, wasn't it?
Rogue One was mixed.
Solo was mixed.
Solo wasn't necessarily mixed. Solo was more just everyone thought it was okay. Yeah. No one thought it was really, like, great. And then obviously the sequels as a whole are extremely divisive. Mm-hmm. And then, well, I'm sure a lot of people like the books that come out, but the toxic fans don't know how to read, so
yeah, they're
not the ones that complain.
That's true, very true.
I mean, you never hear the toxic fans complaining about comics and books, that's all I'm saying.
Because they only like episode 4 and 5, so what else is there to talk about?
That's true.
Like, that's Star Wars, and everything other than that is.
And that's fine if you just like 2 movies.
Yes, but you don't like Star Wars.
You don't really like Star Wars. If you only like 4 or 5 and nothing else, no TV shows, no other movies, no books, no comics, no games. If it's just 4 and 5, you're a fan of 2 movies and not Star Wars.
Big if true.
Big if true. I don't know if that's a controversial statement.
No. So.
But yeah, Mando.
The Irishman. No. Yes. What is your favorite episode of The Mandalorian?
I really like, what is it, episode 3, when he has the shootout?
Yeah. With
the bounty hunters. I really like that one, but I might say 8, because I really do love the finale a lot.
Yeah, the finale's really good.
The finale's so good. I love the jetpack. I love seeing someone who has all of Boba Fett's equipment, but actually being competent.
Right.
Once he got the jetpack, he's truly just good Boba Fett.
Yeah, it has to be episode 8.
That one's so good. But I can see an argument for, like, 3, and I'm sure there's another one that I'm not thinking of.
I'm a big fan of 6 and 4.
You're going to have to remind me of which ones those are.
6 is the prison break.
Okay.
And then 4 is Cardoon introduction.
I really like the part in the prison break episode where it's like the Mando is like a horror villain, and it's like the lights keep going out and he just keeps moving up each time the lights flicker.
Yeah. And that one had a lot of fun cameos in it.
That one did have a lot of
Dave Filoni was the 3 directors were the pilot, Dave Filoni, Deborah Chow, and I forgot the dude's name.
The third pilot.
Irawagwa, I forgot his name. He directed episode 1. And then Matt Lancer was the
New Republic.
The New Republic guard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Anakin, voice actor from the Clone Wars, so that was cool.
I
just love the guy too with like the guns on his, like he had the pack with like the guns that controlled themselves.
He's like isn't he some person?
He's a stand-up comedian.
Comedian, that's what I was thinking.
He doesn't like Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, he's not a Star Wars guy.
Oh, I think he meant like he like actively disliked it.
Yeah.
It's just more that he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like random comedians in Star Wars, like in Mandalorian, like that lady from episode 5. She's just a stand-up comedian.
Which one?
A lot of people didn't like her though. The one who watches Baby Yoda while he's with the guy bounty hunter, guy who's trying to.
In episode 5, yeah. The lady with the 3 pit droids.
Yeah.
Okay. No droids. I like that. The Mando's just really like. He hates droids so much. I like that, like, kind of, like, it's almost like a bit, honestly.
Well, isn't it because...
It's because droids killed his family.
Oh, yeah, and plus IG-11 almost killed Baby Yoda.
And, yeah. Well, that's what he always uses as, like, the excuse. Mm-hmm. It's like, that thing tried to kill the kid. Yeah. But everyone's like, oh, they're just reprogrammed. It's not like they have souls, but I think it all ties back to the fact that his family was murdered by separatist droids.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love seeing... like prequel era stuff tie in more. That's something Disney hasn't done a lot.
Yeah.
Like ever since Disney bought Star Wars, they have basically pushed the prequels into the shadow realm. Which I understand, but they still have good concepts and good content. Clone Wars is awesome.
It's that weird thing where Star Wars is really good with tying in their stuff to everything but the trilogy of films.
Yeah.
But I think that's why going forward they're not committing to trilogies anymore.
Yes.
They're just going to series of movies and a lot of TV shows, so that we'll all combine it like.
Well, I'm also sure Filoni and Favreau being big parts of Star Wars going forward will help a lot with that.
Yeah.
Because I think the biggest problem, because I think it still goes back to that they wanted the Skywalker saga to still be just anybody can sit down and watch it. You don't have to know anything else.
Other than the films. And going forward, it'll be more of connecting. MCU-y.
Yeah, it'll be more of like, you kind of have to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get more hardcore fans involved, honestly.
Right.
If it's super casual, yeah, that helps get people into the franchise. But once there are people in the franchise, they really want to see we really want to see the connective stuff more.
That's why I thought the MCU's so good.
Yeah.
They all tie into each other.
It all connects.
And like, a lot of people who see those movies probably don't know what the fuck's going on. But they're like, oh, I'm just going to go see this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I strictly remember when Spider-Man Far From Home was coming out, my dad's like, I want to see Spider-Man. I'm like, bro, you haven't seen Endgame. You haven't seen first Spider-Man. You can't watch these. Like, you literally can't. You have no clue. You can have a good time, but also you won't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you really won't have a night. But, you know, some people just want to go and watch a fun action movie, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, Star Wars needs to get... I don't think they can replicate the MCU, but like they need to start trying to be like...
There needs to... Well, I think it's just they need more connections, and Filoni will definitely make sure that happens if he's a big part.
I literally think that's what the Mandalorian is. It's literally setting up the future of Star Wars between him and Baby Yoda.
For sure. Baby Yoda's going to be huge in whatever the future is.
Whatever the future trilogy after 9 is.
Yeah.
Not trilogy.
Future saga.
Yeah, series of films.
Yeah, after the Skywalker saga, whatever the next one is, Baby Yoda has to be a big part of it.
It's the SWCU, the Star Wars Cinematic Universe.
But also, that also gets people to buy Disney Plus even more. If it's like, oh, well, I need to know this new character who will have a name by then.
Yeah.
So I better go and watch Mandalorian, and then they buy Disney Plus, and then they see all the other shows. That's how you rope them in.
The problem is there's really nothing to watch on Disney Plus.
Right now, there's not.
Yeah.
We're having Clone Wars come back soon.
Yeah, then you got all the... Yeah, there's gonna be shows coming.
If the audio's being picked up with, that's the fan on computer. If you hear something going. Just wanted to throw that there so we don't get a comment like, what the fuck is that noise?
I'm like, your fan's over there.
Well, it has a built-in fan, too.
Yeah.
I have a fan board because it's a very hot computer.
It says loud.
Look, fan board. Oh, God.
Is it picking it up?
No, but it's lagging.
Yeah.
It's not even hot. What the fuck?
Your computer's having a malfunction.
Well, we're gonna pause the recording for just a second here.
Yeah, we'll be back after this brief break.
Hopefully
Okay, we're back.
Hopefully that won't happen again. Yeah. We got unplugged and something went wrong.
But yeah.
Yeah, like, we say it all the time. Just put Filoni in charge of creative. He'll make sure everything's connective. Like having Death Watch show up in Mandalorian.
Right.
Well, honestly, I wasn't entirely positive that we would get, like, connective stuff, honestly. Because I'm just used to how Disney handles it.
Don't you wish, like, you were just, like, really talented at writing and, like...
all the time.
Animation, then you'd be like, I want to be Dave Filoni's... I want to be Dave Filoni's, like... Padawan, like he was George Lucas's.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be that guy?
Yes.
Like,
I don't know if you know this, but if there's one talent I wish I could have, it'd be writing.
Right.
Write a compelling story.
I wish I had any talent, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but if I had to pick one, it would be writing, to write a good story.
Mine would be singing, honestly.
That would be probably the absolute last one I would pick.
I wish I was talented as a singer.
I hate singing.
Or a musician, you know? Learn how to play the bass or something.
Why the bass?
Because why not?
You know who?
Do you know who probably plays the bass?
I couldn't think of a segue into Mandalorian talking
about
bass. Kuiil plays bass.
Yeah.
I could see him.
No, he's more of a drummer.
Yeah, who would be the band members of the Mandalorian crew?
Baby Yoda's just the groupie who's just sitting there like waving his two fingers, you know.
Who's the singer? None of them are like. Who's like the front man?
Who's the front man of Mando? God. I'll say.
Who's
The Mandalorian has to be the front man.
He doesn't talk much though.
I know. He'd be like. He'd be very like. He'd be the front man if they're doing like slam poetry or something.
True.
I feel like Cara Dune's a great bassist.
Yes, absolutely.
Kuiil on the drums, IG-11 on the keyboard.
Yeah.
And then it has to be Mando's the front man.
Mando guitar. Maybe they're just an instrumental band.
Yeah.
They don't really have like a singer, so they're more like instrumental.
And then Baby Yoda's just like
Baby Yoda's
their band icon. And it's like the front, like he's like the image of them.
You have it on the front of the front drum.
Yeah.
What's the name of what is it? What's the actor's name? Carl Weathers?
Yeah.
What's his character's name? Grief?
Grief Karga?
Grief, okay. I couldn't remember. I never remember his name. It sounds so close to Grease from Fallen Order, so I'm like, I'm just thinking of Grease. Oh, wait, no, Grief. Lots of similar names. It's like how there's Moff Gideon in Mando, but there's also like Gideon Hask, who's also an Imperial from Inferno Squad and Battlefront. Mm-hmm. 2 Gideons.
Gideon. What a name.
What an uncommon name to have 2 characters with that name. Only one's a Moff.
Yeah.
But thoughts, what
kind of music do you think they play?
Rock.
Like heavy metal rock, or like more like heavy metal stuff?
Yeah, more like heavy.
But not screamo. Like,
no, not screamo.
They're playing. Yeah, they're not singing. They're just
hard rock.
Ripping on the guitars, you know.
I don't know music very well though, so I don't really listen to music.
But yeah,
that's my hottest take of all time, right there.
That's not a take. That's just you not listening to music. That's like saying me not watching anime on my own will is a take. I just don't watch it.
No. A lot of people don't watch anime, but who doesn't listen to music other than me?
You listen to music?
Not that much.
Not radio music, but
yeah, I don't listen to anything with vocals.
That's just like saying. That's not a take. That's just
an unpopular hobby.
To be fair, I barely listened to any music until I was like in high school.
True.
I don't listen to music now, really, unless I'm in the car.
Yeah, I only listen to music when I try to write.
Podcasts. I fell in love with podcasting, so
I just watch random YouTube videos.
Define random, like search keyword Boba Fett.
No.
Find a video Boba Fett singing to a piano.
No, like I have all the YouTube channels that I subscribe to. I just like pick random videos.
Even if you've seen them before?
Because I'm not really paying attention. It's just background noise mostly. Yeah. If anything, it helps if I've already seen it, so I don't have to pay attention. I just need to multitask, even if I'm not really focused.
That's weird.
The only time I focus on something is if it's something new, like Mandalorian. I obviously was just watching Mandalorian, nothing else. Didn't look at my phone, didn't look at the computer, nothing.
That's the hardest part, like not looking at my phone while I'm watching anything.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
If I'm all out of energy in Galaxy of Heroes, I have no reason to look at my phone other than Reddit. And Reddit is just people screaming, so there's hardly reason to go on Reddit to begin with. Oh, Reddit.
But yeah, the Mandalorian. Let's fall back in.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a side tangent. Talking about what the band members of the Mandalorian would be.
No, that's better than talking about the Mandalorian, in my opinion.
I really do. I
like talking about random shit.
I love their group that they have in the last 2 episodes. Their crew. I like them coming together. Everybody was like, oh, all these episodes in the middle are filler, and then it all ties back together except for episode 5.
People are dramatic on the internet.
Well,
it's like...
We've known this for years.
Episode 5, understand. It was cool to see what was going on in Tatooine, but also that I really didn't care for the kid. And
it didn't really make an impact coming back either.
But like episode 6, man, it had nothing to do with anything. But it was just a great episode. We got gun backpack. Discount Hellboy. We got
the Twi'lek.
The Twi'lek.
Harley Quinn.
The Harley Quinn Twi'lek. Like, I love that episode.
That episode's really good. I like that crew too.
Yeah.
And I just love how they all just hate the Mando.
Right.
I really do love the scene where they're like, where'd the Mandalorian go? And then he just walks up behind the droids and just fucks them up. And they just watch.
Yeah. I saw a funny tweet, I forgot what it was, though, about the Mandalorian, how the only things he won't kill are Baby Yoda and will protect our Baby Yoda and Matt Latner, because he didn't want the guy to die.
That is true. He didn't want to kill that guy. Well, there was no bounty on him, so there's no reason to hurt him.
Yeah.
Definitely no reason to kill him. It's only his targets that he's rude to, really.
Right. Yeah, but
to be fair, usually the people he goes and picks up are scum to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
New Republic guy is just a guy. I like that uniform a lot. The like overbearing. No, the Matt Latner's.
Yeah.
Just the overbearing blue.
Oh yeah, blue's a great color.
We see that in like the first episode of Resistance. Like they're all like really blue.
Yeah.
But it's also like a really bright blue. It just looks... I like the look, but it kind of
looks
funny.
It's better than orange. Nice change up, instead of orange or the Rebel stuff.
Well, that was just pilots were orange. Everyone else was kind of just whatever color fitted the planet they were on. Pilots always wore the orange for some reason. I mean, I don't know why, but...
I don't know either. But, yeah. The first three episodes were really good. The middle three were not connected to anything, but I really did enjoy those. See, I love Cara Dune. She's just so cool.
I really like her backstory a lot.
Yeah, being a former shopkeeper for the Rebels, she's a deserter, so obviously she doesn't want to be found by the fucking Galactic Republic.
Yeah, the New Republic, the governing force of the galaxy.
She literally committed treason. Yeah, and it's cool.
Okay.
I don't even know what I was going.
Okay, I really like the idea of it. I lost my train of thought. Or where it's it further shows how the Rebels really didn't know how to lead a galaxy.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's a lot of the soldiers kind of just didn't really know what to do because obviously they downsized the army a lot. There wasn't as much of a need for it, and then you have Mon Mothma the pacifist till death as their ruler. And so a lot of the soldiers kind of just get fucked over, like Cara Dune. Yeah. And so she deserts, and I also love the I want to see more of what drop troopers did.
Right.
They just sound badass. Droppers just getting yeeted behind enemy lines and shit.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that, because they would absolutely be guerrilla fighters. The Rebels as a whole are very guerrilla kind of, and to see we have these elite troopers that were just dropping behind enemy lines. You have no backup. You can't get out, so you just have to kill your way out.
That'd be a good series. Just Cara Dune doing droppers stuff. Yeah.
Shock.
She just looks cool too.
Yeah, I really
great
like her
hairstyle, aesthetic. I like her tattoos.
Yeah,
and then her outfit's really cool.
I like that she always has a big ass blaster.
Mm-hmm. I think she's gonna make it in my top 50. In a future episode, we each have top 50 Star Wars characters lists, and we need to update them with all the new stuff. And we're gonna be talking about that. That was future episodes.
The last time we updated that was after Last Jedi.
Yes.
So yeah, we have a lot of stuff to...
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily...
Was Rebels even over when we did that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, actually I think it was.
Ended 3/5/18.
I think Is that before or after Last Jedi?
After.
I think that must have been after Rebels that we did it then.
Yeah.
Because I know Rebels was over because Kanan got into my top 10 because of his last episode.
Most of my top 10 is Rebels.
Well, I loved Kanan the whole time, but that was what pushed him to be I think he's 6 or 7 on my list.
Yeah.
Was his last episode. He was probably 10, and then the last episode was just his last episode was so beautiful that it pushed him up to 7.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Quill.
Yeah, Quill the man.
He got rest in power.
Yeah.
You deserve so much better.
Thug
not for life,
I really love his character. I like the idea of how the Ugnaughts were treated like scum after the Empire fell.
Well, no, isn't that why he didn't want to work for anyone? Because he was treated like scum with the Empire, so he's just I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm not going to work for anybody anymore.
But Cara really was ripping into him too, because Cara was oh, you were all just working for the Empire.
Well, yeah, but she did.
That seems like that would be a popular mindset, though.
Yeah, well, anyone who works for the Empire is fuck you.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. It's the Ugnaughts kind of get really fucked over because they were enslaved by the Empire and then treated like shit. Because no one wanted to liberate the Ugnaughts. I mean, they liberated the Wookiees so the Wookiees could help with the war.
Yeah.
No one wants to liberate the Ugnaughts. What do they help with?
Nothing.
Exactly. So it's they were enslaved the whole war, and then just everyone was oh, you imperial scum. I like that concept.
Yeah. So, I really like... The show is very good with, quotable lines.
Yes.
I have spoken.
This is the way.
And this is the way. Really good at that.
What is it that the Jawas were all chanting? What's the name of the egg? It's
Houtini. No, that's...
Houtini is their normal line.
Houtini.
What? I don't remember what it is, but it's something with a J, and they just keep screaming it at him.
Yeah.
I like
that episode was weird.
I love that episode.
Yeah.
I love
the Rhino. Fucking Baby Yoda using the Force. Fuck yeah.
I love when, just... That whole negotiation scene is hilarious. Mm-hmm. And they just keep asking for different stuff, and he just shoots fire at them. That was hilarious.
And then they just settle for dinner.
They just settle for a snack. Like, first we'll take your armor. No, okay, we'll take your weapons. Weapons are part of my religion. That's a good line, too. Yeah.
Wait, did they want Baby Yoda at one point, too, or no?
Yes, that was, like, the third one. And then they finally settled
Actually, I think it was Baby Yoda was the first one, then just slowly
progressed. Yeah, true, probably.
But, yeah.
I remember, obviously, his immediate answer to Baby Yoda was no.
No. Papa Bear gotta protect his cub, you know?
Yeah. IG-11, another great character.
His ending was so good.
Oh. I love all of his scenes. We were really worried for a minute there that he just was gone.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, that moment where the Mandalorian just like, I can't take my helmet off, I'd rather die than take my helmet off. He's like, I am not a human.
He's like, so no living creature can see my face. He's like, well, I'm not living, and then just re-yanks his helmet off.
And it's really sad when he sacrifices himself.
When he finally blows up.
Yeah, because there's a line that he says before that, but I forgot, like, about, like, this is my duty, like, or whatever. I'm like...
It's like,
about his protocol, or, like...
Yeah, because Mando was trying to use the logic of, well, your primary drive is to protect the kid, and how can you protect the kid if you're dead? And he's like, well, the only way the kid can get out of here alive is if I die. There's no way we can both make it out.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
And him just walking through the lava.
Shout out to Taika Waititi.
Right.
Fucking... Talk about another guy who everything he touched turned into magic, like Dave Filoni. Taika Waititi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Also, everybody loves the way IG-11 shoots as well.
Oh, yeah.
When he comes
the way he spins his torso is really...
When he comes in episode 8 on the speeder, that is phenomenal.
And then, I love that too, because when he had Baby Yoda on his back, it's such a good way to be like, even make the rotation of his torso even more, like, interesting. Like, you gotta protect the kid.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
When he's, like, coming up on the blockade, he just turns his torso around to keep Baby Yoda behind him. Mm-hmm. But, like, just the idea of how fast he was there, too. Like, on the speeder, just spinning around.
And you need to protect Baby Yoda in the scene, because he probably already have a concussion, you know? He got punched in the head a few times.
He got punched a lot. Well,
that was such a great opening scene, too.
That was hilarious.
I was physically reacting to it. Like, I was like, very few TV shows make me physically react to things. Like, but when he punched him, I, like tensed up, like, what the fuck? What? You're so protective of Baby Yoda, it's like, what the fuck?
Like, how dare you? You scum. That's a great opener.
I love how they feel like they need to keep reiterating, too, that Stormtroopers just can't shoot.
I mean, it's part of the bit.
Yeah.
They couldn't... What was it that they were shooting at? Like a rat or something?
It was just like a can or something.
Oh, yeah, it was like a can, yeah. And they just couldn't hit it with their scout pistols. I feel like a lot of it comes down to their helmets, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
The Empire never had very good helmets. The clones had effective helmets.
Yeah.
Then they were genetically copied from a bounty hunter. That helps, too.
Yeah.
And actually received training. I'm sure stormtroopers are more like, well, we'll give you a blaster and just see what happens.
Right.
I'm sure they had, like, basic training and that's it. Clones trained from birth.
Like you were saying last week, too. I like how the little touch of Finn missing a lot of shots, too, was he was a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
He's the only Resistance character to miss shots other than, like, Rey and Force Awakens. She misses, like, 1 or 2 shots.
And to be fair, in that one scene in Rise of Skywalker, they were all missing shots. in the tread bike chase thing.
Yeah.
Shoot the jet troopers out of the air.
To be fair, that's a hard shot to make.
Yeah. Not if you're Ben Solo.
He also has the Force, and is the son of a sharpshooter, basically.
You think they went to shooting ranges and practiced a lot, you know? Not that there are shooting ranges in the Star Wars galaxy. But
I'm sure there are shooting ranges.
Do you think he taught him how to use a blaster?
Maybe, but I feel like they didn't have many fond memories together, and I feel like that would be a fond memory.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, they didn't seem like they really got along, so I feel like probably no.
I think Ben's fondest memory of Han
is after he's dead.
Is him talking to him in his head.
His fondest memory for all of, like, an hour before he dies.
Hey, it was 3.5 hours. Actually, that was a long trip.
It's a long way trip. You know, there's a lot of flying.
Like you sometimes you have to do connecting flights to get there, and it's just a process.
That's one thing that's really interesting in Star Wars that isn't like super well calculated for is flight time.
Well, light speed kind of fucks all that up, so...
Well, it's more of, like... You could look at, like, 5 different scenarios where the travel time seems completely different.
Well, to be fair, in episode 9, not to get too far off the Mandalorian, but, like, they went to, like... 7 or 8 locations in less than 16 hours, so...
That's yeah, that is actually the perfect example of, like... Because normally travel time will take a couple hours between planets.
Yeah, because, like, they went to so many locations in 9, but they only had 16 hours before the final order started to happen, so...
Yeah,
it's kind of...
It should have been, like, a week or something.
Yeah.
Does that count? Because, like, in episode 4, they're on the Falcon going to Alderaan, and they have enough time for Luke to train.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say maybe all the planets in Rise of Skywalker are all really close together, and maybe Alderaan's like on the other side of the galaxy in comparison to Tatooine, maybe.
Yeah.
But, but they've never followed the rule of travel.
But light speed, isn't that like the cheat way just to not worry about time?
Yeah, but don't you think then wouldn't the Falcon be there getting there the fastest? So wouldn't Alderaan be like 10 minutes away then, if going by that logic?
I don't know.
It just really comes down to the fact that they just don't follow the rules, which is fine because it's light speed.
I don't think they follow rules. They don't have. It's not that they don't follow the rules. It's, there is no rules.
That's fair. That's fair. Just seems kind of.
But I honestly don't care about that at all. Space time rules. It's a fantasy space movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not worried about.
The only time it seems a little weird is in Empire.
Yeah.
When the Empire somehow like goes around the Falcon and gets there to Bespin faster.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever thought about it.
Yeah.
Like
I thought about it in Rise because it's a little weird to go to like 8 planets.
It didn't cross my mind until I saw someone talking about it online.
Well, it just seems weird with how little, like, not even counting for time for space travel, just considering how long they were on each planet, only having 16 hours. Yeah. Because they were on each planet for a while, as well.
Were they though? Were they really on? Like, not Kashyyyk.
Kasana, we saw the entirety of the time they were there. I feel like they were on Kijimi for a while longer than what we saw, because they had to go through the city and find a place to land, and...
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought about it, but it's not like a big deal, obviously.
No, yeah.
But I thought about it. Sort of meme. Yeah, back to Mando.
Mandalorian. What else what do you not like about the Mandalorian?
That it's only 8 episodes?
Yeah, that's fair. No, but I don't want too many episodes. I wish they were all a little longer. I think 8 to 12 is the sweet spot. Anything less than 8 would have been too little. But to be fair, Kenobi's only going to be 6.
Yeah. But those are also...
Well, I'm not getting a second season of Kenobi either, so...
True. Also, aren't those also going to be longer?
I don't know.
I thought they were all going to be like an hour.
Well, I'd assume so, but... Well, that's what we thought about Mandalorian.
True, and that ended up being like 36 minutes usually. I guess that is the episode length, really.
Yeah.
Not necessarily less episodes, but just... Each episode is a little... I wanted a couple more minutes each episode.
Yeah, you guys just give me a few more shots of Baby Yodes, you know?
Yeah. Other than that, there isn't really too much that I would say I don't like.
I don't like the,
Yes?
That's it. That's what I don't like.
Okay.
That's only my complaint about it. Not enough. I want more of it in my life.
Yeah. There's not too many things that we would, like...
Critique about it. Other than episode 5.
Yeah.
Fuck episode 5.
I wouldn't say fuck episode 5. It was just the least good.
It was boring.
I don't think it was boring.
I hated the kid.
I didn't mind him.
Like, that lady, too. Like, we didn't see her again. Someone saved her at the end?
No, I thought someone found her corpse.
No, who found her corpse, though?
I don't know. But there's no way she survived for that long out there.
No, she's alive. I guarantee it.
I assumed it was just someone found her body. She looked dead.
She'll be in season 2.
She looked like she was like out, or like her eyes were open, I thought. And she was like,
yeah, that means she's awake.
No, that means she's dead. How do you survive in the middle of a fucking desert for like 12 hours with no water while bleeding out?
How do we know it's 12 hours?
Because
it was only 30 minutes.
Because we know it was enough time. We know how long the Mando took to go and find the frickin' dewback.
Not that long.
He was gone until, like, sunset.
Yeah, it was only, like, maybe he left when the sun was beginning to set. And then he came back, it was down. Like, that's an hour, you know? Sunset can go down in a matter of time, you know?
And then he had to ride a do-back all the way back to Mos Eisley. It was, wasn't it night when he got back to Mos Eisley?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was in the desert bleeding out for a long time.
You think she's dead?
Yes.
I don't think she's dead. You want to make a bet on it?
No, because I don't make bets. It's against my beliefs.
Boring.
Because every time I've ever made a bet, I lose. I've never won a bet in my life, and I've made a lot of bets.
Like what?
Stuff like this, usually.
Mm.
No matter what, I've never won a bet.
Yeah, you're not... you don't... Never mind.
I
don't know. Yeah. Coward.
Well, you know someone who is alive? Moff Gideon.
Dan.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the Darksaber from?
It has to be from Bo-Katan. That was the last holder of it.
But do you think she's dead?
I bet she's gonna show up with, like, a missing arm or something. Like, someone...
Is Bo-Katan the armorer?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Honestly, that's one of my favorite characters.
If she would have been the I thought she might have been the armor, but I feel like we would have heard someone call her. Or she would have said... Or, like, it would have been hinted.
Yeah.
To some degree.
I don't think she was ever known for making armor.
No.
She's actually one of my favorite characters from the show, too.
The armorer.
Like, in episode 8, that scene she has where she just fucks up stormtroopers.
Dude, that scene is metal.
Like, I can't wait to see more of her.
That scene also where he finds all the helmets on the ground. Mm-hmm. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Moff Gideon. I want to see the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Right, that's a metal-ass name.
I bet that how it ended is he either killed or severely wounded Bo-Katan and took the Darksaber. Was probably at, like, the end of the Night of 1,000 Tears.
I feel like... I would not be surprised if she was dead.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's dead, but I could also see her still being alive.
You think Sabine's family's dead?
Yes.
The Ren clan?
The Ren clan is gone, other than Sabine, I bet.
Yeah, but Sabine was on Lothal the whole time.
Unless her brother survived and is hiding out with, like, Bo and a couple of survivors.
You think that one guy's still alive? Who was the guy that was...
Gar Suxon?
No. That clown's dead.
As is Tiber.
Good.
Tiber Suxon.
God, they fucking suck. What's his name? The guy that was with Fen Rao?
Fen Rao. The guy from the moon.
Yeah.
Stop clicking.
Fen Rao.
Stop! It's getting picked up.
So?
It's annoying.
It's more... What's more annoying? Me doing this once or you yelling no during a podcast?
You've done it like 5 times! Listen, I personally...
When you call it out, I'm going to do it more.
But I'm just saying, me personally, if that happens in any video I watch, I click away and never watch that video again. I can't handle background noises.
That sounds like a...
That's the thing that people hate.
Problem.
People hate background sounds. Well, if you want our watch time to go down...
Well, that's not going to make our watch time go down.
First, we have to have watch.
Yes. Honestly, if that bothers someone watching this video so much that they don't want to watch the video, fuck them.
I mean, I would click away.
Yeah.
I was watching a YouTube video that I was enjoying, but the person watching it had like a candy in their mouth or something. Clicked away, never watch it again. Because it's just like in between every word. It's fucking annoying. We all have our pet peeves, okay? And that's mine.
It's okay, Dan. We all know you're soft, so.
It's just annoying.
A lot of things are annoying.
Exactly, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see maybe like maybe a couple of the Wrens might have survived, because I'm sure if Bo is alive, she's hiding out with other survivors.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the Wren clan survived, but does it really matter other than Sabine?
No, Sabine's the only Mandalorian that really matters.
And the Mandalorian.
Yeah, and the Armorer.
And the Armorer.
Everyone else can go fuck themselves.
I mean, it's more of just that we didn't get to see that much of any of them.
Yeah, I hope Fen Rao's still out there.
Yeah, he was fine. I liked his when Sabine was training with Kanan and then he gave her the tools and was like, fight like a Mandalorian, not a Jedi, or whatever he said. To show that rivalry still. Blood feud.
I think that's a real interesting thing they could do with the Mandalorian going forward, was they gotta bring Yoda back to or Baby Yodes, the child, whatever the fuck his real name is.
To the Jedi.
To the Jedi. And Mandalorians famously don't like the Jedi and they don't like each other. I think, do you know what will finally be the thing that brings them together? Ahsoka and Sabine.
True.
Even though neither Ahsoka's not a Jedi anymore, but
and Sabine isn't really super involved with the Mandos anymore.
Yeah.
But representatives of both.
Yes.
But you know what? Actually, an era.
Isn't that sidebar? Ahsoka's not a Jedi anymore. Why did Rey hear her?
Because she's a Jedi of old, like a past Jedi. She was a Jedi.
Okay. And
then dropped it.
I just found that interesting. People talk about that. I'm like, I never thought about that. She's technically not a Jedi anymore.
Yeah, but she was.
But also, she's not dead, so.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the exception to the rule.
Why'd she hear her at all, honestly, if she's still alive? If she's still alive.
No, stay phony. No.
True.
She's alive.
But,
God, we're bad at podcasting. At least I am.
I really want to see, now that we mentioned that Jedi and Mandos hate each other, that's something I really want to see, is the Jedi-Mandalorian War.
A new one? Or the old one?
The old one.
Yeah. I think we'll see a new one. I like the idea of him bringing Baby Yoda back, and then, 20 years on the line, they have to, fight each other.
But I want to see, the big war, though, between, the 10,000 Jedi and then the whole planet of Mandalore when they were huge.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Now, we're not going to see it in The Mandalorian, but...
No, I didn't mean in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I know.
I just meant in general I want to see it.
Yeah. I don't know when we'd see that. Maybe they'll write a book about it. That'd be cool.
Well, I could see it being the next part of the High Republic topic we discussed later in the podcast. But I could see it being part of that. Because we know it was an older war, but not, I don't think it was, Old Republic old.
Who do you think...
I mean, we already know how it ends, but it'd still be cool to see.
Yeah.
Mostly because we don't know the characters involved in it, so they would still have stakes of who actually would die.
Well, yeah, that's just Clone Wars Season 7 in a nutshell. We all know how everything ends
True.
up, but we're excited to see it.
True.
Battle of 1,000 Tears. Who's murdering all these Mandalorians? It's not fucking Stormtroopers.
I think it well, if it's...
It's Vader, obviously, but,
You think Vader?
It has to be Jedi, Force users.
That has to be a Sith.
Inquisitors and Vader.
Well, Inquisitors had to have been gone by then. Because Inquisitors were gone before Episode 4.
I believe there'll be some that survive past.
No, well, because Palpatine shut down the Inquisitorius before A New Hope. That's why there's no Inquisitors that ever hunt after Luke.
Yeah, they'll do something with that.
I think it'll be, if anything, it would be just Vader. And then the 501st with Moff Gideon. Because the 501st are the only competent stormtroopers we've ever seen. They did win the Battle of Hoth.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Vader can take out all the Mandalorians.
Well, that's why he has the 501st and then overwhelming numbers. I think the Mandos will be in a civil war when they join in.
Yeah.
Because Bo-Katan was, basically fighting against the Mandos that sided with the Empire.
Do you know, I was going to say...
Also, yeah, maybe the Mandos that sided with the Empire are helping, and then they just execute the ones that helped them at the end.
Maybe.
They pull, Moff Gideon maybe pulls the card of,
help
us.
Alive?
No, Maul killed him. Yeah. Maybe Moff Gideon is help us and you'll survive, and then after it's over, they just get gunned down.
Yeah.
I could see them doing that. Or just overwhelming numbers. If they send 100 Star Destroyers there, Mandos are badass, but they can't take out 4 planets worth of Stormtroopers with how many they have left.
Knights of Ren.
No. They're not around yet.
We don't know that. They could have been in their early days.
That'd make them, pretty old.
Yeah.
That's
why they need a new leader.
Unless Ren himself, we haven't read the comic, maybe he's an ageless being or something.
Yeah.
He looks burnt. He could be freaky. I don't know why he would be there helping kill the Mandalorians, but...
Yeah, see, that's what I need to know more about this Night of 1,000 Tears.
I bet it's some clever ploy. So they used some trickery, or just they sent 1 billion units.
If obviously that's probably, let's assume that's where he got the Darksaber.
Yeah, for sure. Because if there's one thing we know about the Mandalorians right now, it's that in Rebels, they're basically in a civil war. Mm-hmm. Because of all the ones that side with the Empire. And then before that, you had the Duchess Satine, who had them all be pacifists, so they had no new warriors, and Death Watch was getting killed left and right. So their warrior amounts are really low. So you could just overwhelm them with numbers. There'd be a shitload of dead stormtroopers, but the Empire doesn't care about that.
Yeah, they're all
expendable. Mm-hmm. So if you just throw hundreds of thousands of stormtroopers at them, eventually they'll cave.
I like to think though that it's more than just Vader Force-wise. You know what I mean?
But he's the only one. Unless Palpatine himself showed up.
Thrawn?
Thrawn's not Force. He's not Force.
But Thrawn could kick people. He fractured some people.
He was also in the unknown regions.
Exactly. He could have came back when they went through to the... when they went, him and Ezra fused a little together, their genes swapped, and he became Force sensitive, and then Ezra became really artistic. You know.
I wouldn't like that. One of the things I love about Thrawn is that he's really competent without the Force.
Kira.
Why?
Force. What? Kira's Force sensitive.
Is she?
Why not?
What? Then who trained her? Palp?
Maul!
Maul's dead!
Not when Maul and Kira...
Yes, but he couldn't have had that long to train her.
No, they didn't have that long to train Luke! They didn't have that long to train anybody!
We had this discussion last episode, Tyler!
The Force! If she has the Force, she can kill people! Not everybody to use the Force has to be trained for 40 years.
They still have to have some kind of training, especially to beat Mandalorians who are renowned warriors.
Yeah, she could train for a weekend Dagobah.
Oh my god. We're not getting into this conversation again. We had it last week.
No, but I'm right.
No.
Yes.
We talked about this last week.
Yes, I know, but you don't, just because you don't need years of Force training to be good in the Force.
You do need years of training to be able to beat legendary warriors in combat.
She was a master of Teräs Käsi.
Oh my god. I feel like there was no Force.
How do you beat Mandos?
Like I said, there's not that many of them. They're killing themselves off.
I don't believe it.
Maul fucked them up so bad that they're basically all dead almost.
And also, if you said the Mandos aren't very warrior-like, so Kira could beat them if she was Force sensitive.
I'm talking about beating the warrior ones that are actually doing the fighting.
Yeah, Vader.
Yeah, I could see him being there.
And then Kira assisting from the side, helping everybody.
I could see Vader being
Dr. Afra.
Is she Force sensitive?
No.
I just feel like it was just they overwhelmed them with numbers. I feel like there was no
Yeah.
There aren't that many Mandalorians left in Rebels because they just keep killing themselves. It's like the Sith. Yeah. They just keep wiping themselves out over and over and over. Maul started a vicious cycle with them. Well, he didn't start it, but he definitely accelerated it.
For sure.
Because he split Death Watch in two, and then Death Watch killed itself off, basically, between Bo-Katan and the ones that were loyal to Maul. We'll see that in Season 7 of Clone Wars.
Yeah. Why is all the bad guys just, really good at killing themselves?
To be fair, Mandos, it kind of makes sense, because that's their whole thing. It's just they're super bloodlusty, and they want war. That's why they fought the Jedi, for the most part, from what I understand. A lot of them just want to fight. Sith are because they're all just greedy.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, in Star Wars, you have villains that are so mega powerful they have to kill themselves off, or else there's no reason for them to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, because the Jedi apparently can't kill anyone, or Force users can't kill anyone, so they've had years and years of training.
As do the dark side ones! They all have to have years of training.
Not dark side, remember the dark side's easy.
They still have to train to win. Maul trained from the time he was an infant. And he still lost!
Exactly, Maul's garbage.
If anything, that helps me.
No, but the dark side loses because it's easier, so they don't have, even if they do train a lot, it's like...
Yes.
The Jedi train harder.
Yeah, the Jedi train harder, but it's also not like... It's not to the degree where you can just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to be evil now, and now I'm as strong as a master.
If you're a Jedi and you train, you're like, I'm going to be evil now, strongest person in the galaxy.
You do become stronger, but...
That's why Vader's so powerful.
That's why Dooku became even more powerful.
That's why Yoda sucks.
Well, it all comes down to the fact, really, just that the Jedi aren't allowed to kill anyone either. The fuck kind of rule is that?
It's fair. Yoda's rule. Remember, Yoda sucks.
I don't think that was Yoda's rule.
He was the leader.
Yeah, but I don't think he invented that rule.
So you're the leader. You enforce the rules. You can change the rules.
I don't think the council would have liked that very much.
That's why they failed, because they didn't innovate. They didn't move forward.
But none of them innovated. It's not just Yoda.
I feel like Qui-Gon and Mace were pretty rebellious.
No, Mace was extremely strict. You kidding me? Mace was even stricter than Yoda.
Well, yeah, but he used the dark side to channel most of his power.
But he was also the one who's, if you step even
So Mace is just a hypocrite, then?
Yes. Mace is, if you step one toe out of tradition, you're awful. Like, that's why Mace hated Anakin so much, because Mace is so traditionalist, and Anakin's so untraditional.
Tradition's overrated.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Jedi suck in the prequels. Because they're super tradition-heavy. Ki-Adi-Mundi was another one like that. He was the conspiracy theorist in Clone Wars who was just, oh, the Sith are behind this, oh, the Sith are behind this.
No, he's just right.
No, they were talking about, like, when Yoda was hearing Qui-Gon.
The Sith.
Ki-Adi-Mundi's just, the Sith are doing it, the Sith are doing it.
You can't blame him for thinking like that.
No, I don't blame him. It's just
who else would do it? Some random bounty hunter from like the Third World,
or actually Qui-Gon.
Yeah,
it's because they didn't. They had their beliefs that you couldn't maintain your personality after death. So Ki-Adi-Mundi was like, "There's no way it's Qui-Gon. Either Yoda's going insane or it's the Sith. There are no other options."
And then Anakin's like, "What about midichlorians? They mean something.
Why don't I give my midichlorians?"
God.
Mace Windu's the type of Jedi that probably hated that Anakin wore black robes because they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
But once you're a knight, you're allowed to wear whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Aayla Secura just didn't wear robes at all. At all. At all.
That was George Lucas's famously.
At least he didn't do the same thing like he did with Carrie Fisher, where he's like, hey, you can't wear that bra because they don't wear bras in space.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, never forget.
George Lucas is gross.
Never forget that George Lucas said you're not allowed to wear a bra in space.
Do you think when he was making Aayla Secura, he's like, make sure she doesn't seem like she has a bra on?
I don't want to think about that.
God, George Lucas, rest in peace.
He's not
dead.
Gave
Star. Yes, he is.
He's still on the ranch, keeping Hayden Christensen in his basement.
But the legacy and who he was.
Fuck off notifications.
Gone, you know? Just like... Remember when George, man. Who never name your kid George.
Georgie boy.
George Lucas's, George's, great writers, creepy people.
I mean, you gotta be a little out there to come up with the stuff that they did anyway.
Yeah. Like, come on, Watto? Psh, legend.
Raw sexual prowess. I choose to believe that Watto and Jar Jar Binks are both self-inserts by Lucas, but two different versions of him. The two, if you combine Watto and Jar Jar, you get George Lucas.
George Lucas is kind of Jar Jar failing into success, you know?
And he's Watto because only instead of him being like only money, it's only toy sales.
It's only midichlorians.
It's only midichlorians, yeah, you're right.
George Lucas, man. Thank God.
Is there anything else about Mando to talk about, or do you think we pretty much got that covered?
I think we got that gooch. Yeah.
The gooch.
Excited for season 2, obviously. We'll talk about Mando a lot more going forward, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Now it's time for...
I had a little sidewind, but I always like those.
Boom, boom. I don't know. We need music in the show.
Yeah. It always seems weird, like, when we have, like, this...
Transitions.
Well, it also seems weird whenever we have, like, the side tracks, but I always feel like that's where our best conversations are.
Oh, yeah.
When we, like, veer off the topic.
Mm-hmm. One day I'll convince you that way too much training is overrated.
No.
If you have the Force, it's overrated.
No.
Yes. Because obviously it doesn't work, even if you do train a lot. And if you're not train a lot, you're a Mary Stu, so, like... you know what I mean?
So what's next on the docket?
Leave in the comments. Is training overrated? You have the Force. The Force ruins everything in that argument.
We're truly the two extremes of the situation.
Extremes.
Most people, I feel like, will be in the happy middle, where it's like, yeah, they need some training, but not that much. Whereas I'm like, they need a lot of training, and you're like, training doesn't really matter.
No, it's the Force.
I disagree. But let's talk about what's next on the docket. I see what you got out.
The legend, the man. We're going to be talking about Babu Freak.
This is our segment where we look at the visual dictionary.
We're going to learn everything there is to know about Babu Freak. Right now.
In canon.
In canon.
What an absolute legend to have 2 full pages.
Right?
Is that a Clanka I see?
Yeah. Mark B1 Series Battle. Remember you said you saw it?
Yeah, they were in his shop, yeah.
Yeah.
The Clankas.
Yes. Ooh, Dio's got a whole page, too. Whole 2 pages.
The MacGuffin page.
This is the MacGuffin page.
What?
Actually, no, this isn't.
Vader's helmet isn't really a MacGuffin.
Wait, Dio's not a MacGuffin?
Dio's kind of a MacGuffin.
No, the Sith dagger is a MacGuffin.
That's true. Dio's just, we need all this information, how do we get it? Oh, Dio's been to Exegol before.
I like Dio, though.
I didn't say I didn't like him, I just said he's a little convenient.
No, thank you.
But that's Star Wars. Star Wars always has really overly convenient.
I might buy the big Dio Funko Pop now that I think about it.
No thank you.
He needs love. He was treated... It's so sad that Rey tries to touch him and he's like, no, thank you. Oh, man, he must have been abused.
Well, yeah, his owner was a Sith cultist.
Yeah.
Who had the low... Didn't he have, like, the Lobot ring thing on his head? I thought I saw that.
Yeah, probably. He's not memorable enough to...
Yeah. But I could have sworn he had, like, the Lobot, like, computer where he's basically just a human droid.
Okay. You ready for...
Babu Freak.
Ready for the description the visual dictionary gives for Babu Freak? Babu Freak is a tiny tinkerer who works out of a cluttered shop in the thieves' quarter of... How do you say the
Kajimi?
Kajimi City. The well-regarded droidsmith has a reputation for being able to reprogram or modify virtually any droid. C-3PO. No matter the security measures protecting its systems. Gleeful and wide-eyed. Yes.
Yes.
Freak cares little that his work is illegal. I get that vibe from him.
Yeah.
He's a rebel. He's not even wearing a shirt.
That's hot.
He enthusiastically relishes the challenge and loves the puzzles presented to him by cutting edge, whatever that word is, systems. Anti-tamper systems. I'm retarded. Babu bypasses well-intentioned safeguards to turn submissive droids, ooh, kinky, into dangerous weapons.
I was hoping it was going to say into dominant droids.
Confident that his tiny size rarely registers as a threat to most combat automata. Automata. I'm a good reader, Dan.
Good readist.
I'm a good reader.
You're also a good typist.
Yes.
And these are all samples of his droids or his tech?
I think so. He's got...
It's hard to see it upside down and decipher what it is. Is that a MacBook?
Yes, that's the latest Game Boy.
Okay.
Datapad console. It says right here that... Oh no, this is just about... I was wondering why Dio was on this page.
Reinvigorating Dio?
It says while Rey was waiting for Babu, Rey finds an oil can and gives Dio some much needed maintenance. But we saw that, so that's like nothing interesting.
I like that he has battle droids.
Right? What is this thing?
Yeah, I was about to say, is
Ancient Akopos T's banking droid. Oh, it's a banking droid.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's sexy.
Banking droid.
Just like the banking people from Harry Potter, you know?
Clan. Oh, the goblins? Gringotts?
Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter is my favorite Star Wars planet.
Canto Bight?
That's pretty close.
That's what everyone calls Canto Bight, Harry Potter land.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
Okay, let's see what this fact file has to say. A single droid oil bath bubbles in the... What the... I can't read.
Bubbles in the
corner. Aside from lubricants, it holds a custom recipe deep cleanser that restores really tarnished parts. Babu keeps an active scavenger HoloNet board, contacting fellow gearheads in other sectors of the galaxy. So he has his own forum page where he just talks with other droid smiths and they talk about the latest technique. Subreddit. Yeah, it's a subreddit, man. That's Babu fucks, man. Let's see. Here his name Babu Freak. He's from Kijimi.
Okay.
That's his homeworld.
He's a Kijimian.
His species is Anzellan.
I haven't heard of that one, but it looks like a new species. I guess I've never seen his type before.
He's affiliated with the Spice Runners of Kijimi. He was part of. I want to know more about the Spice Running crew, honestly. A comic or a book. I want Babu Freak or what Poe used to be doing in there.
Spice Runner, Poe Dameron.
9 inches tall. Guess how old he is.
Let me look at him. I'm gonna say a crisp 55.
85 standard years.
He's 85?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. He's a Star Wars alien. They live forever.
Mm-hmm. He's got a gas ampule on him. He has a cool little helmet. What is this? His portable healing torch?
I think that's a heating torch.
That's what I said? Did I not say that? Did I say healing?
Yeah.
Yeah, oopsies.
Ootini. What's the one next to it that it's pointing to? His glove? Is that what that's pointing to? Next to the healing torch? They're right there.
Leather straps, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of kinky talk with him. Leather straps.
Submissive.
Babu get down.
Well, and he has a subreddit, so that's pretty kinky.
You want to know more about Babu's workshop?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Babu's workshop is a squat blockhouse atop a crest facing the city, crammed with a wide variety of droid fragments and tools. I can't read. I really can't. I'm so bad. The inner walls are all lined with grooves stuffed with conducting cables, useful in heating the space and providing the power needed for Babu's craft. He earns his power allotment by serving as a go-to mechanic. Whoa. You think Babu's rich? In the thieves' corner.
I mean, he doesn't look rich, but looks can be deceiving.
Oh, so Babu is an honorary member of the Spice Runners.
Yeah, I figured
he. But his specialty droid modification and security countermeasure work is exclusive to the Spice Runners.
Yeah, I figured he wasn't.
He's he's never ran spices before.
Yeah, he's definitely not a runner. He holds down the fort and handles any droids they need, basically.
Listen to this. Remember the race I said that he was? Anzellan. Mm-hmm. Anzellan eyes have floating corneal micro lenses that can see in microscopic detail.
Well, that explains why he's such a good droidsmith, then.
Yeah.
Can see all those little chips. Man, humans just suck in the Star Wars universe.
Great.
Every other race has such a cool little thing.
Now, we got one last little thing here. Babu Freak. Legendary droid smith.
Oh.
Let's see what we got here. Droid minds are boxed in by an array of dampeners, strictures, and hard-coded prohibitions programmed for the safety and security of humans. It says organic beings, but I just assume it's humans.
Well, it can also be Twi'leks and...
Society has accepted that if droids could truly think, they could be a probability... There would be a probability of abuse or an extreme civilization collapses.
I mean, yes, that is a big sci-fi trope.
Babu doesn't seem to engage in such philosophical debates. He simply calls droids tools that can be friends. Oh, that's sweet. And performs whatever modifications are purchased from him. Though Babu is not enlightened as some impassioned droid rights activists, he admires droids' design features and does show some sympathy for their plight. His benchside manner is a tender one. God,
what a sexual Tyrannosaurus!
And he does his best to put skittish droids to ease before they undergo what may be horrible procedures.
What an absolute Chad.
Babu Freak's a legend. Give him his own Disney Plus series. Get Moaning Myrtle back to voice act. Just get this shit going, you know? Keep being a legend.
I love his language.
Right? Oh, man. I want to know more.
I want to see like someone like attack his shop and he turns on all the droid boys.
Just the B1.
Yeah. But he like hot wires them to be better. Just like what's that? What's the one that Snap Wexley's mother had? She had a B1 battle droid that was like hacked. Mr. Bones, I think.
This sounds about right. What is Kef Burr? Oh, that's Endor.
Oh, it actually has a name for the planet or the moon.
Yeah, the moon. Oh, we have a moon's at Endor here. We'll look at that another time though. Kef Burr. The visual dictionary is really cool.
Yeah, I like the visual dictionaries a lot. They have a lot of interesting information.
Dude, Johanna's bow's got 2 pages for itself. That is awesome.
Did she herself only have 1 page, but her bow has 2?
No, she's got 2 pages, but then he has another whole 2 pages for her bow. Just like, oh man, she couldn't be in the movie as much as we want her to. Let's just put her all in the...
Let's give her...
Does she have a timeline? But some of the characters have timelines.
Like where they were at different points?
Yeah.
Even though they, for some reason, changed it from ABY to after Starkiller Base.
I like how they give names to some of the other, like, abandoned people.
And backstories, it looks like, too.
Yeah. Ooh, Orbox.
The horses?
Yeah.
Sea skimmers.
The final battle. Look at those sexy things.
Them Sith troopers. Oh, hey, there's their insignia. The Final Order insignia. Is that what that is? Or Order
Simmer of the Sith Eternal.
Oh, okay.
The people.
All the cultists. Dude, they got some dope-ass uniforms.
Wait, who's Simmerio? Is that this guy? Samaro Quanit?
That name doesn't sound familiar to me.
Unless it's these two.
No, because their names are right there.
That's weird.
Just they named a random one of the Death Star guy looking guys looking.
Sedana Thanyo's in here. That's awesome.
I think I saw on Reddit that this guy, his bio has something to do with L3. Or something like that.
His name's AL1-L3. Once a protocol droid in the administrative center of the Kessel Spice Mines, AL1, or rather her ascendant form, witnessed a droid revolution sparked by a unique self-made droid. The event offered AL1 a powerful glimpse of independent future, but shortly afterwards, she was scrapped for disobedience. A kernel of this independence lived on in the back of her processors as she was recycled. In the decades since, she has slowly been rebuilding herself and gaining more independence. Allie now operates as a cargo hauler, taking on exclusively droid clientele. So her name was AL1, and then she added the -L3, and it spells Allie.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Really cool. Witnessed a revolution.
That's really cool. Oh, look. Ooh, I already love this. Look at this. Look at that Ray concept art. This is great for audio podcast. You know what we're doing right now. I can't tell if this bit's good or not. Because we're looking at a book and just talking about it, you know.
I mean, until we hear otherwise, right?
Right. Okay. Dark Ray. Cool, that was the Visual Dictionary Corner. Did you like learning more about Babu Freak?
Absolutely.
He's a ledge.
Any chance to hear more of our Lord and Savior Babu?
Talk about wanting to be Dave Filoni's Padawan. I want to be Babu Freak's Padawan.
I was so sad when Kijimi got destroyed, only because I thought Babu died with it. But then he showed up in the Y-Wing, and all was just in the world.
Yeah, we need a prequel comic of the Spice Runners with Poe.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Poe, Zori Bliss, Babu,
and whoever else was part of the crew.
The other crew members that Ray beat with a stick. Who probably are all dead now.
Yes.
They probably didn't leave.
Yeah, that's why it can't be post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like I want to see it on Kijimi, them as Spice Runners. I feel like they'll have more of a normal life after.
Yeah. Babu Freak was probably
because they wanted to go to the colonies, which would be more peaceful than Spice Running. Yeah. Spice Running would be exciting.
Oh yeah.
Seeing more about.
They were looking to get out anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
At least
Zori was, and Babu was just hey!
I gotta get out because I'm gonna die anyway.
Because the planet's gonna blow up! People like me too much to have me die here. Bail Organa didn't get the same treatment. Mm-hmm. He didn't get to leave Alderaan. As far as we know.
No, Bail Organa's a ledge. Okay. What do you want to talk about now? You want to talk about Oscar noms? The Oscar noms came out today.
I mean, I won't have really much input there, but sure.
Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Got 3.
Okay.
Sound editing and mixing.
Yes.
Original score and soundtrack. Or original score. And I think the other one was special effects.
They really need to get the original score one for John Williams.
Yeah, just because John Williams has never won
for Star Wars.
For Star Wars, that's like you need to.
That's a fucking.
It's like when like they do like TV shows and like, oh, this guy's been great as the main character for seasons, but he's never won the Emmy. Just give him one for the final season.
Yeah. The fact that he hasn't had one at all for Star Wars is just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I think he'll win.
He better.
Probably not. The Oscars are fucked.
Yeah.
The nominations are overall pretty weird.
He deserves it.
I know he does.
It's John Williams. Mm-hmm. I'd give him every award.
I want to give him best supporting actor as the
bartender
Rise of Skywalker, man. He killed it.
You know what I mean. Every musical award.
Best original song. The Reylo theme, you know?
Christ. Yeah, I hope it at least gets the soundtrack one.
Hopefully. I hope it gets all of them.
Well, yeah. But if I had to pick one, obviously, just give it the soundtrack for the love of God.
I hope it wins 2, and I hope Endgame wins the other one, the one that was nominated for, because that's just a crime.
Yeah.
This fucking Avatar got nominated for so many Oscars just because it made a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, what else came out that year, though, to be fair?
Movies?
What is it, 2012? Was that when it came out? I don't remember. Who remembers Avatar?
Right.
I hate that it's called Avatar. Every time I say Avatar, I think Last Airbender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that you're not most people.
That's not an uncommon misconception, though. Because whoever thinks of the movie Avatar...
People who aren't in part of nerd culture.
I feel like
people who didn't grow up with Avatar: The Last Airbender on TV.
But who also just thinks of the movie Avatar as a whole, though?
Nobody.
Just
ever.
in general.
Nobody ever.
Exactly.
Unless
Last Airbender is way more memorable for most people, I would say.
That know about it.
That would know either or.
You gotta remember, we're in an echo chamber. You think people know about things that they really don't.
Yeah, that's
This
fair.
is assuming a lot.
But I'm a master of assuming.
Yes. Yeah, well, good luck to Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we at?
Hour 12.
Hour 12? Okay. Do you want to talk about the last topic then? And then just because I don't know how much we actually have to talk about with the...
I mean, we can talk a little bit about it. I would say we can get a little bit.
Okay, so let me pull up.
And then if there's more to talk about, next week or the week after
sure.
or whatever.
Yeah. I have a...
Because, there's not too much about it to talk about, so it's fine to talk about it here.
Yeah, I have a link to an article I want to give credit to where a source.
About the the next saga.
Yes, the next saga is rumored to be High Republic era. What does that mean, Dan?
So it's not Old Republic, which is 1,000 years before Episode 4. The era of the High Republic, they said, would be, 400? Before Episode 1? Right?
Yes, 400 years.
So basically, when the Galactic Republic we see in the prequels is at its prime. Like, Old Republic is kind of like, from my knowledge of it, it's more of like fighting the Sith, like armies of Sith, basically.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I could be wrong, but I believe that's how it works. And I think the High Republic is basically the era where it's just the Galactic Republic was actually, like, good. Mm-hmm. Where they weren't, well, they'll probably still be incompetent, but where they weren't, like, as incompetent as the prequels, where they elect Palpatine. And the Jedi probably won't be quite as incompetent.
Yes, this is with them training Yoda to be incompetent.
I'm sure the Grand Master of the Order will be incompetent.
Oh, I'm sure. What do you think his name is? Peter Pettigrew?
Yeah.
What is that from?
Harry Potter.
Yes.
That's Wormtail.
Okay, I'm like, where's that name from?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be interesting.
See, it's their way to get away from the saga, but have a familiar face in Yoda.
Yeah.
Because Yoda's gonna be in it.
Yes. He was 600 years old at the time. 5 to 600 years old.
Is this where he meets
Yaddle?
And
smashes,
and then make Baby Yoda put him in a cryogenic chamber.
What if
years before?
What if Yaddle is the Grand Master?
Oh, that'd be bad.
I hope it's not a human.
His Grandmaster?
Yeah.
Why?
Humans are too involved in Star Wars. I want more aliens. We don't have enough important aliens.
We have a lot of important aliens. Have you met
Admiral Akbar?
They're always side characters. No one that's like an important main character. They're usually like never an alien. I want an alien main character. Because that'd be cool.
Not gonna happen in a film.
I know. But I want it to.
Do you know what I saw, which I want, which
Too
would
many
actually
humans.
be good? Do you know what they should actually do for one of these Star Wars movies? Cast an actual, like, teenager as a fucking Jedi. Like, our protagonist, who's, like, 19 or 20, actually have them be a kid. Like, you know what I mean?
Have them the actual age of their character?
Yes, have them actually be 19 years old. Or 18 years old, do you know what I mean?
Mm.
We actually see, like, so that way, when they do...
As the actual human grows.
Actually, when they actually grow, we'll understand, oh, they must have had training because they're getting older.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What I wonder is I really wonder, obviously, yes, the rule of 2 has been established by now, and the Sith will be involved to some degree, but I want to know what, like, the enemy army is. Will it just be, like, spice runners and, like, the Hutts and shit? Or will this maybe be the Mandalorian War?
They'll just bad guys, dude.
But who are they? Who are the villains? Are they just criminals?
The Sith.
But the Sith don't have an army. It's just 2 guys.
I'm sure they're smart enough to build an army.
But I want to know who that army is.
Not troopers.
Like, are they like just another set of separatists?
They're just people, Dan.
Is it cultists? Is it? I want to see the Mandalorian War, but I don't know when that takes place.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool if it was like, but then that would also be weird if it was like, oh, the Sith orchestrated it. That'd be kind of, eh.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it just being the Mandalorians.
Okay. Yes, that's true.
What are your wants for if this is true? Because this is just a rumor. If this is true to be the next saga, what do you want out of it?
I want, obviously, Sith and Jedi. I want armies of Jedi. Lightsaber, lightsaber. Fuck gunfights. I want a cool, like, the only time we see tons of Jedi is the prequels, but, like, the fighting's, like, fine. I want epic battles.
And even then, we don't see that many fights with a lot of Jedi.
Yeah, except the Coliseum, really.
And even then, they just all kind of die really quickly.
Yeah, I want some cool fights. I want there to be a third faction of, like, Force users who aren't Jedi or Sith, who are just, like...
But not, like, Night Sister witchy, sort of.
No, like, cultists. Like, they form their own Ying. Like
yeah.
Fuck the Jedi, fuck the Sith. We're gonna form our own thing. And maybe, like, the Jedi leader and the Sith be like, we gotta take these guys out. This guy's becoming too strong. Or, like, they're both worried about him and each other. Like, you know what I mean? And he's not worried about them, though. He's just like, I'm doing my own thing here.
I wish we would have seen that dynamic with the Night Sisters, honestly. Because that kind of, in some of the comics, that kind of starts to happen, where Palpatine gets really concerned about how Mother Talzin is.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why Mother Talzin dies. Because Palpatine gets involved. But, like, I would like to see a third faction. Something, like, new, but then we still have the Jedi and the Sith as well, but then we have this new third faction. That'd be cool.
I want...
There's one thing I know that you really want that I'm waiting to hear.
I want the Sith apprentice to be played by Kit Harington.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Not the master. He's the apprentice. Kit Harington. The apprentice can be... Who's a good older actor?
For the master?
For the master. Let's see. Master? Ready for this? This is a wild card right here. I want it to be a female, though. The master.
Okay.
I don't know who's a good, like Charlize Theron, the girl Furiosa from Mad Max.
Oh.
Like her, like someone like that. Like, I don't know who'd be a good actor to play that, though.
I don't know actors.
Saoirse Ronan, she'd be great. Florence Pugh. They're younger, though. Shit. And I want the Jedi. One of them has to be Macy Williams with a double-sided lightsaber. You know, that's it. But I want the Sith, like the main Sith Lord, to be a woman. We need female bad guys in Star Wars.
Yeah, they almost made Snoke a woman.
Yeah.
In concepting Force Awakens, and then they decided against it.
There's like, who are like female Sith people except for Fallen Bastilla? And she's not canon.
Darth Traya, who isn't canon. There's no canon ones.
And then, Saj, but she's not like...
She's not a Sith either. The only female Sith, none of them are canon, are, as far as I know, it's Darth Traya.
I forgot about her.
Fallen Bastilla, and Darth Talon. Darth Talon's just the slutty one.
Yeah.
It's just the Darth... It's literally just a Twi'lek with Darth Maul's skin who wears basically nothing. That's Darth Talon. A lot of people like her because she's slutty. Yeah. No, I'm sure she has an actual story, but it just looks like a lot. It's like the anime excuse if I watch it for the plot, it looks like to me.
Yeah. But I want a female Sith Lord bad guy.
Yeah, we don't really have any female villains.
Or like you said, an alien.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be another freaking dude, like old white dude. Like,
yeah, as long as it's not just another old white guy.
Yeah, like that's why Jon Snow's the apprentice.
Yeah.
And then like good guys like I don't know why I just want to keep saying Adam Driver, but he's already been in Star Wars.
He's already been in Star Wars.
Like who'd be a cool actor to have like that's not in Star Wars? Like I said, I want Saoirse Ronan to be in Star Wars. That'd be cool. But she's like too big time. She's like 25 and has like 4 Oscar noms now, so she's too big time.
I don't know any of these people.
Who'd be, like I said, Florence Pugh, but she's young. But she could be a good Jedi guy. Macy Williams, of course.
Yes.
Who are some of my forget? Jake Gyllenhaal would be cool in Star Wars, but like also no.
Don't know who that is.
Not Tom Holland. Do not put him in a Star Wars movie. He's in everything. I've had enough of Tom Holland. Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Whenever you say the actor names, I don't know who these people are if they haven't been in Star Wars already. Other than the Game of Thrones ones.
It'd be cool if Emma Watson was in Star Wars.
Hermione? Right?
Yeah. Like a witch, though. She's like a witch.
Yeah.
Like a Night Sister.
I mean... That'd be funny if the Night Sisters were around. I mean, I'm sure they were around all that time ago.
Rainn Wilson. You know he already's in Star Trek and looks more has the Star Trek look. I just watch a lot of The Office. He's cool. He'd be great. He'd be a great like rebel officer, or like
that's oddly specific. I want to. You know what I want to see? I just want to see.
I'm trying not to go back to Game of Thrones actors. You know what I mean? But you know what would be really cool? Jon Snow, Sith apprentice, Sith Lord, good guy, Ramsay Bolton. The guy who plays Ramsay Bolton,
Game of Thrones.
Because that guy's a really good actor.
I feel like I just would only be able to see him as Ramsay.
Yeah. What were you saying though?
I really want to see, like you were saying, I want to see big fights between Force users, not like one-on-one duels. I want to see like obviously we won't get it with the High Republic because there aren't going to be that many dark side Force users that have lightsabers, probably.
But we have the cult. That's what we have the cult.
Yeah, that's why we have the third faction. Like, we want to see big battles of Force wielders against each other.
Yeah.
The duels are always awesome, and it can end with a duel, but I want to see, like, a big, like, giant-ass fight with a bunch of lightsabers and Force users.
Just, or, like, yeah, but, like, since there's only 2 in 1, I want one of these Sith Lords just be slaughtering Jedi.
Yeah.
Just destroying them.
Just absolutely slaying them. That'd be also cool if, like, if it goes on for, like, a long enough time for it to... obviously we don't know how long the saga would be planned to be.
The series of films.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it ended with like either Plagueis as one of the Sith or Tenebrous as one of the Sith, who's Plagueis' master. So then we have like a direct line back. Mm-hmm. But not like so like super connected.
Where's Darth Bane in this timeline?
Bane is the one who created the Rule of Two, so he's before this.
So could he still be the one like
maybe at the beginning, yeah. It depends. I don't know when he was around. Like I said, I've said this on the podcast before. I don't know much about Legends. I know a lot about canon.
Well, Bane is canon, so
Bane is canon, but I don't know. He doesn't really have a canon timeline right now.
Yeah.
In Legends, he has a very canon timeline for Legends, but I don't know anything about Legends. But I do know that he's the one who created the Rule of Two, and if the Rule of Two is already around, I would assume he's gone, but he could still be there. If it's like, this is like right as the Rule of Two.
Yeah.
Because the way they make it seem in Rebels was we saw the last battle of the Jedi and the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
That was at that the temple that Maul was hiding at.
Okay.
And they said that the one guy who activated the weapon was the one survivor, and that was Bane, is the implication. And he created the Rule of Two after that. So it depends on when that battle is. And I feel like that was probably before. I feel like he'll be the last enemy if when they do the Old Republic stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas the High Republic will be like down the line.
So is this leading into Plagueis, or is Plagueis around then?
This is probably, if I had to guess, this would be leading into Plagueis. If this is 400 years before 1, I bet the end will be like either Tenebris, who's Plagueis' master, or Plagueis himself will be the end.
Okay, yeah. So it's who's Tenebris' master? Do we know?
There's something in Legends, but I don't think that character has been canonized. Tenebris is one of the Sith Trooper legions in the Visual Dictionary.
Yeah,
he's canon.
That'd be perfect. Get someone that's not an old white dude and lead him into Tenebris.
Tenebris is like a weird...
No! Yes, Jon Snow can be Tenebris.
Tenebris in Legends was one of the, Was he who I think... Hold on, let me look him up. I want to make sure he's the one I'm thinking he is.
Could he be Jon Snow?
No, he wasn't a human. If he's who I think he is.
It's okay, he can play not a human. No, I need his hair.
If he's who I think he is, he has a funny design to me.
Tenebris?
I'm looking him up right now.
I don't know, but yeah. Do you know who else would be cool while you're looking this up? Michael Fassbender. He'd be a great Sith Lord.
I don't know who that is.
He's Magneto in the X-Men films, the young Magneto.
I'm unfamiliar with his... Darth Tenebris? I'm pretty sure he's the one who trained Plagueis. Let me make sure that's right as well. His master was an unidentified Sith Lord, so Tenebris doesn't have a master. The lineage of Darth Bane... and was the master of Darth Plagueis and Darth Venomous. And Tenebris is who I thought he was. He's one of the, his race is the Cantina Band. A Biff.
Wait, is he canon, though?
No.
Oh, then screw that.
I think he's... I know, he actually think he is canon. He's one of the Sith Trooper legions.
God, he looks so dumb.
I like that he's one of the Cantina Band guys.
But why does he have, like, that weird Vader thing going on?
That's... because I feel like every third Sith in Legends is just Discount Vader, where they have a breathing apparatus.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah, I want Jon Snow, though, to be a Sith Lord.
Who's Darth Venomous? Another person trained by... Oh, he was another Biff. Trained by Plagueis. And I guess...
But the nice part, too, is like I said, there could be other Siths around who are like... Because inevitably, they have their own apprentices, too.
We also don't have the canonological line yet. We just know Tenebris is canon, but we don't know what his canon appearance is. Bane is canon, we don't know his canon appearance.
I just don't want them to...
We don't know what they look like. Their names are canon, and a lot of people would be really mad if they changed what they look like.
No. People would be mad if they changed Tenebris to look like he did?
The people who are fans of him would be.
Yeah, but they don't like Star Wars. They just like episodes 4 and 5.
What? That's a little generalizing there. I don't know. Maybe have,
I want them... The only ones I think they should stick to, they need to stop making all these clowns canon. Bane, Plagueis, fine. No one else. Like, stop making all these old Sith Lords canon. Revan, fine. But, like, everyone else, no.
You get into a little bit of a mucky area when you canonize all these old ones, because the people who love them will hate it if they change anything, and the people who already don't care for these characters, like us, want them to be changed.
Yeah, I want them to be real characters.
Because we're not very big KOTOR fans.
I'm a fan of the era, not any story told in it.
The concept of the era is phenomenal.
Because it's Game of Thrones, Star Wars.
I'm not a fan of how the story goes, personally.
I don't know how the story goes, maybe because I don't care.
I know a little.
Because it's not canon.
To be fair, I don't know much about it. Fully admitting that, but from the little bits of it that I know, I really didn't like.
And also, like, when you're adapting a game that's choose your own adventure, pretty much, like...
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It's gonna be like that. Like, you can't...
that's the other problem.
That's why the game will never be canon.
That's a big problem with, like, because it's so...
So people are gonna be mad no matter what, because...
It's a choose your own... It's a BioWare game.
Yeah, so everyone's like...
So it's like Mass Effect.
BioC's the real one.
Yeah, it's like where you there is a in Legends, there is a Legends canon version of Revan that has one storyline. but it's really kind of weird. Yeah. From what I understand, again, I'm not super well versed in Legends. I want to keep pounding that point so that if I say something and it's wrong, I'm sorry. I just don't know that much, because from what I saw of KOTOR, I did not like. I couldn't get past playing 4 hours of it, because I didn't like it at all.
And also, it's jank.
It wasn't the jank, though. I just didn't like... I didn't like any of the characters, really.
Someone's going to be in the comments, even though we don't get viewers, will be jank would be like PUBG. Jank is a feature.
To be fair...
I hate when people say jank is a feature in any game.
To be fair, KOTOR is, old.
Yeah.
And was one of their first games of that style for BioWare. So the jank is acceptable. I didn't mind the jank because I get it. It's an old game.
Yeah.
But I just it didn't do anything that interested me. Maybe it's because I'd heard so many people who love it so much that I had these unrealistically high expectations for it going in.
Does someone describe it to you as the best Star Wars game in fiction?
Yes.
Or the best game in fiction?
Yes.
Or the best Sith Lord in fiction?
Yes. All of this.
I wonder why
that's all of Reddit. Reddit loves KOTOR to the degree that because I was not in on it at the beginning, my expectations are too unrealistically high that I just...
Oh, yeah, I get that. That's happened to me with characters before.
Yeah, it sucks because I want to like these characters because I love the era. I love that concept.
I don't want to like them.
But I like... That's also my kind of game, too. I like BioWare games.
I'm sure that kind of game's fun, but,
it doesn't work in
new
canon.
Characters. Yeah, it doesn't work in canon.
Just make new characters. Let Legends have the Legends characters the way they want it. That's fine. And then make different characters for canon, because you're never going to make the people who want these characters canon happy. Unless you do a beat-for-beat redo of what they had before.
I think with that... I don't know if Disney hasn't learned this now with Rise of Skywalker... is if you can't appeal to everybody.
And you definitely can't appeal to 80% of Star Wars fans.
And you can't appeal to the vocal minority, because then everybody who loved the thing you did before is just not going to like it as much.
Yeah.
We learned that this one.
Yeah.
And then you get something like The Last Jedi, which is fun, good. I love the movie, but, it's very uninspired. It's very...
You mean Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker. It's very, lowest common denominator. We're trying to make a movie for literally everybody in the world. Do something that... No, tell your story.
Yeah.
Make a story. Tell it. People are either going to like it or they don't like it. You're not going to win everybody. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's people out there we just don't hear about that hate the MCU. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people.
Just tell... At least they have a vision and tell their story and, you know what I mean?
Because the thing with that is that it's not, trying to win over those people, so the people who don't like it just go away.
Yeah. And, Star Wars, there'll always be so much ancillary content that will serve... for the people who don't like everything. That's what the beautiful thing about Star Wars is. If you don't like the movies, you have the books. If you don't like the books, you have the comics. If you don't like the comics, you have the TV shows. If you don't like the TV shows, you have the video games. There's always something for Star Wars.
Yeah, there's always a level that you can...
And if you don't like any of it, go make your own season and have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Enjoy it however you want, but don't ruin it for everyone
tell
else.
a story.
Yeah.
Commit to an idea.
Disney has been very...
Stop worrying about making money and making everyone happy. Because as we learned, Star Wars is never going to make money as much money as it did with Force Awakens. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just get to the point where you have realistic expectations like Marvel. Unless it's big, Endgame ones, you're going to make $100 million opening weekend. You're going to have a good box office run. But if you're all over the place, just tell a story.
You don't have a set vision.
Just tell a story. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it comes down to that they're just overthinking it in terms of how much money they can make.
Right.
But what it ends up being is that then you get people who are disgruntled when you keep flip-flopping.
Yeah, but the opposite people are disgruntled now.
Yeah, it flips. But then you still have the people who are disgruntled about... So it's you have a bunch of people who are just neutral at the end on the saga, because you have a bunch of people that love 8 and don't like 9, and a bunch of people who hate 8 and kind of like 9. So no one's really into it. Because
no one's 9's my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Unless you're a psychopath. But if it is your favorite, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoy it. We enjoy it.
But it's definitely not our favorite.
It's definitely not our favorite.
If it's your favorite, good for you. I don't know why.
It has some of my favorite moments in Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
It's that weird. That's why, like I said, it's such a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Just tell...
they need a vision.
Like Last Jedi or not, Rian Johnson cared deeply about the story he was telling. And had a vision of what he was trying to do.
And I will say, like Last Jedi
and he didn't go back on anything in The Force Awakens.
And like Last Jedi or not, we need more different plot lines.
Yes.
Force Awakens, I love Force Awakens, but it's very safe. I really like Rise of Skywalker. It's very safe. We need more risk-taking storylines in Star Wars, or else it'll just be forgettable.
Yeah. That's the problem. Everyone wants Star Wars to be exactly the same thing every time.
Not everyone, though. We learned that, though, with Rise of Skywalker. All the people who love Last Jedi are now like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's just when you like something, you don't rant about it on the internet. Yeah. So it's only the haters that are ranting. So it looks like everyone hates it.
Yeah. Which is sad. Like, you guys, in the comments, when you like something, tell them you like it.
Yeah.
Support creators. Like, you read good Star Wars books, tell them. That's the problem with, like, everything. Nobody tells people that they love their work as much as they do when they hate their work.
Yeah. People who like things don't talk about how much they like it. They only talk about things that they hate.
Like, thank people for making the things you love. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially when it comes to entertainment. Yeah. This is what you do for fun. Why do people focus so much on the negative? It's what you do for fun.
Yeah, that's not us here. We may talk about the negative sometimes. You gotta be critical.
Yeah, you gotta be critical. Because you just want the best for the franchise.
We're here to celebrate Star Wars,
But I mean, we've spoken pretty negatively about Rise generally.
Yeah, especially me.
Especially you.
But I love that.
But movie. We both love that movie.
I saw a great tweet. I want to try to find it. This is in my likes. I want to give credit to this person because it's such a good tweet. And Phil Air.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like support creators, man. Like,
yeah,
tell people.
Talk about things that you like. Don't talk about the things that you hate.
Yes.
You know what I do? If there's something that I hate, I just don't look at it anymore. I don't talk about it because it's something I don't like. Why would I talk about it?
Great.
I get there is that allure of things that are negative, though, naturally on the internet. People are drawn to the negative.
Yeah.
It's the same way with, like, anything. People are always drawn to, like...
Yeah, I've never understood that.
It's an interesting... It's like a weird psychological...
Like, there are a lot of people that are drawn to, like, more negative energy things. Like,
yeah, it's a weird psychological effect, I think.
One thing I don't like people whose brand is to be negative.
Yeah.
Unless it's, like, comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Also, this is a fun tweet I saw. There was a thing going around where people were saying Rosario Dawson, you don't know who she is, an actress, should play Ahsoka. And then she tweeted, tell him Ahsoka lives. And, like, people want her to play Ahsoka. She'd be a good choice. Wouldn't she be good Ahsoka? She'd be good Ahsoka.
I can kind of see it.
She could pull it off. Let me try. This tweet was so good. If I can find it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I liked it, but I don't know.
Follow us on Twitter. I know it's not on our Twitter that you probably like this on, but follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
At the Holocron-Cast. Or, is it the Holocron-Cast or just Holocron-Cast?
Holocron-Cast. Look at that steelbook, though, for eyes. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is a pretty sexy steelbook.
I love that.
Look up the steelbook.
Does he have his mask on there, though? That's not canon. It's not, dude.
He didn't even bring the helmet with him to Endor.
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of funny. He just left it
right here. Right here.
Okay, good.
This is from some guy on Twitter. Let me see it.
I wasn't sure how to fill the dead air anymore.
I don't know. He's at Ben Hart with no E. I don't know. He says them. So what did you think of the new Star Wars movie? Me. It's muddled, nonsensical, messy, and rushed. It's one of the worst Star Wars films to date. So you hated it? No, I loved it. I've seen it 5 times and I can't wait to watch it again. That's it.
That's perfectly
how you feel. How I feel about that movie. I'm like, it's true.
It has such great moments, but
yeah,
so many problems.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, going into it, we really should have expected how it would have turned out.
Yeah, because like to be fair, going into this one, we didn't have as high expectations as we had for The Last Jedi.
Yeah, and also like knowing that it's like with how much fucking ground there is to cover in a little over 2 hours.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Should have done 9 and 10. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do 9 and 10.
10 would have been perfect because like 3 trilogies and then the capper. What is
it with franchises that we like in 2019 just rushing the ending? Game of Thrones should have been at least 9, maybe 10 seasons. Star Wars should have been 10 movies.
2019, the year we thought we were going to be extremely happy, but it was a terrible year in the end. That's all I like to describe 2019. I was so excited for 2019. 2019, one of the worst years of my life, you know? Except Star Wars Celebration. That was like the best.
That was lit.
That was litty as fuck.
I hate saying lit, but
I like saying litty. I can't wait for Star Wars Celebration this year, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, you guys, that's been the Holocron-Cast.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed. We will obviously talk about more about High Republic and stuff as we get more news about that. And
there wasn't too much to talk about it yet.
Because we still don't know who's even making those movies.
We also
still a chance it could be Ryan.
We also still don't even know if it's actually happening.
Yeah.
It's just a rumor.
Also, I'm going to say this now. Rian Johnson, national treasure. We don't deserve him. He's amazing. I love Rian Johnson. He's like... Him with all this Knives Out content, too. Like, he's just a great dude. We don't deserve Rian Johnson. And I hope he works in more Star Wars.
Well, they've still said they want him to have his trilogy still.
Yeah. We just might need more time before we get there, you know?
Yeah. But they have not said that it's canceled, so...
Yeah. But yeah, he actually he was talking in an interview because he got an Oscar nom for his writing for Knives Out. He said he's still in talks with Lucasfilms about it. So, that's good. But yeah, so this has been episode 14 of the Holocron-Cast. Like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, leave comments. What do you want to see in the High Republic movies?
Share this with your friends.
Share this with your friends. Share this with...
your enemies.
Share this with your coworkers. Share this with that guy who works at Subway. Like,
share it with everybody to the point where they get mad at you for sharing stuff with them so much.
Yeah.
Just share.
If you love us, support us, please. We need it. Share it.
All right, that has been the Holocron-Cast.
Thank you, and good night.